Alright, so this is going to be a video where I share about something which I kind of follow. So if it makes sense to you, try to see what you can do with it. But it's a thought which I have been following for quite some time now. The thing is, whenever I do an activity, I have a certain place and a proper way to do it in that spot every time. For example, if I'm going to have lunch, I have a particular place where I sit, have that lunch, and then that activity is done. So things like these, what I feel is when you follow that kind of methodology of having the activity or doing the activity in that particular place, your mind automatically tells you that you are engaged in this activity, and I know you like this activity because of the past experiences you have had doing this. So have a good time. So one area where it is very important is letting out emotions. Say for example, if I feel like crying, if I'm very angry, I make sure that I don't do that sitting on my bed. Never. Because my mind, if I start doing that, late at night you feel like draining things out and you do that in your bed. Now that place becomes a place where you have emotionally let things out. So your mind kind of gets confused as to what you want to do right now. You felt bad yesterday, so you were crying. Now, do you want to sleep or you want to get upset and cry or get angry? What do you want to do? So, if you consistently have this kind of a habit, what happens is the mind gets confused as to what activity you are trying to do in this particular place. So, similarly, in the bed, if you have the habit of eating and you have developed that habit for a long time, when you are going to sleep, you're tired, you want to get that nap, you want to get a good sleep in the afternoon or at night, but you have made it a habit of eating in the bed. So what happens when you sleep? After some time you start feeling hungry and you feel like munching on something to get that hunger to settle down. Now why does this happen? If that thought comes into your mind, what I feel is, since you have developed that habit of eating on the bed, the mind is like, I think if you're feeling hungry, you want to have something. So the mind is saying, okay, you are tired, but you're also hungry because you're used to eating this at this time. So do you want to do that or do you want to sleep? When you don't give proper instructions to the mind is unsure of what you want to do as an individual. So try to avoid these things, doing it on the bed. Try to have proper places to vent your emotions out. If you are venting your emotions out, best is try to have a walk. Go to the nearby park, just sit somewhere. Let it be a space where it's open, where it's airy, and it's not a very confined space without much cross ventilation going on, because you will again start feeling cramped up in that space mentally and physically. So when you want to do that, try to avoid doing it on the bed. Similarly, for food, have a proper space to have that food. If you have the habit of watching something on the TV and doing, I'm not going to talk on those kind of habits, because we know what are the things which are good and bad. But when you even though you have that habit, do it in a proper place. Have a space where that is the space you eat in every time, because your mind starts to get into the routine of that space representing you having food, this space representing you doing certain activity. So have spots, you know, like you would have seen in certain blogs or people showing their home tours and all, that this is my reading spot. It's that kind of a thing, because that spot on sitting in that chair, their brain immediately switches to reading mode, because that is the activity that has been done there. But if you start doing all the things, watch movies, talk with friends, have a video call with your family, whatever you do, if you add in so much to that place doesn't have an identity of its own. It can be called as a space where you chill. Other than that, you don't have much going on in that space, because it's like too many activities in one space. So that's my thought. I don't know whether it would make sense or not, but this is something which I feel uh, is pretty useful, because not having that kind of mentality of venting things out on the bed or eating while sitting on the bed, that just makes sure that when I want to just you know sit on the bed, my thought immediately is sleep. That is all. And if you really want to create that space where your mind is at peace and you want to have a peaceful sleep, maybe make the bed as a place of meditation and breathing, because both are important while you sleep, because you kind of are in a meditative state while sleeping, and breathing is important. So if you want, you can do that. Do things which represents a healthy space where you just want to get mental and physical rest. Have the bed as just an area for a good sleep, rather than indulging in too many activities where the brain is like, what do you want to do right now since you are sitting in this spot? I hope this makes sense. If it does, talk about it in the comment section. If it doesn't, then talk about it in the comment section as well. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.